Hey guys, Jake here. I wanted to do a quick video on how to change the spark plugs in your boat engine. So in order to know what spark plugs, I'm going to inmar.com, clicking on Wake Series, and I'm looking for my engine 2002. And here is the owner's manual. So you can either get these online or inside your boat, and we'll just scroll around and find the area that talks about specifications for spark plugs. So right about here, spark plug type MR43LTS. So now we know the part number we need. We'll just Google that and find out where to buy these. Can take some time looking around. Ultimately, I come down to who can get it to me at a decent period of time and pretty low shipping, and Amazon was not very good on this product. And then I looked at Walmart, and they have 2-day shipping on Walmart and like $3.20 each, so that was what I went with. Also get a tube of dielectric grease to put on the end of the spark plugs where the wire gets connected. I also use some anti-seize compound so they come off easier next time, some rubber gloves, paper towels obviously, and then you're going to need your tools, which are a socket that'll fit a spark plug and the appropriate wrenches to get that connected. And then lastly, you'll need some type of torque wrench to make sure you're applying the right torque value as you put the spark plugs on at the end. Okay, I know that was kind of long-winded, but I wanted to make sure that if you had never done this before, you knew what you would need. Okay, so first thing, we need to disassemble the engine dividers on the side of your boat engine. A lot of wakeboard boats just have some type of plastic divider. So I'm removing some wing nuts real quick. It's worth the time to get the extra access ahead of time before you get in there. So remove all your water toys, empty out the boat, get tons of room because it's kind of hard to see down there. I love these magnetic part holders, just an easy way to throw your bolts in. You know that you won't lose them and that you put it back when you're done. Alright, so these engine dividers are now out. Make sure you get a tray with all the tools that you're going to need before you get in there. You're going to need a socket wrench, probably an extension on top of that, your spark plug socket, your torque wrench, the anti-seize lube, the dielectric grease. Alright, so we're just going to pull the rubber boot off the spark plug and keep track of these. You don't want to mix up what wire goes on what, but luckily mine are different lengths, so I can't do that, but you want to make sure the same wire goes back on. I'm checking to make sure that I have the correct spark plugs before I start the process, so I'm checking the part number, and I'm just showing you how the spark plug is going to fit into these spark plug sockets that have a rubber boot, so they kind of grab the spark plug nicely. So we'll push that rubber boot right onto the spark plug. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, so we're going to go left here and loosen up that spark plug and spin it off. So that's what a used spark plug is going to look like right there. It's still pretty good condition, but definitely could use a change. My manual says every 300 hours or annually. I think this boat's probably been about 4 years, so definitely due for that. I tend to err more on the side of if it's working great, leave it alone. So we'll put a little anti-seize lubricant down there, compound. It's messy stuff, so use gloves. And don't get it on the tip of the spark plug, just at the base threads. You don't want to get anywhere near the tip. We'll put that back into the engine and by hand real gently spin it in. Make sure you don't cross thread anything. Then I take the socket and I also spin it in by hand until it pretty much tightens up. Then we'll get out our torque wrench, and you want to set the value that your owner's manual specifies. In my case, it's 11 foot-pounds of torque. So we'll use the same socket with a little bit of an adapter to this torque wrench, and we'll torque these to 11 foot-pounds, which is not all that much torque, so don't over torque these things. Once that's done, I push the rubber boot on, and I go about the whole process over and over and over for every little spark plug. And this is a shot of me putting the dialogic grease on the end of the spark plug where the boot goes, so it will be less likely for it to corrode, and it also slides on easier. While you guys have this area disassembled, it's also good to check for any corrosions on your spark plug boots. Alright, so we're all done, so we're going to hook up the hose, my least favorite part of this job. Hooking up a fake lake system here so we can push some water into the water intake cooling, or you can put your boat in the lake, but I'd rather just do it on the trailer here. Turn on the hose. Make sure you run your blower. Fire up the engine. Anytime you're using one of these fake lake systems, make sure the water is exiting the exhaust to properly cool your engine. Alright, that's all that's to it to changing the spark plugs on a boat engine. Alright guys, that's the end of this episode of Fix It with Jake. If you enjoyed it, please take a second to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. If there's anything we can do better, you can leave that in the comments below, any video ideas as well. And until next time, we'll see you later.